Welcome to the Pathways Wrap, brought to you by Darryl Lee Chocolate. So, we had a couple of good results over the weekend. Both boys teams played. The girls had a bye. They'll be back in action for round 4. But yeah, the round 3 wrap there. Harold Mathews, 22 points to 8 win up there at Kirkham Oval against the Western Suburbs Magpies. Look, they're a team that are very strong. The Magpies, I think they won it the year before. They come second last year to the Warriors in a big upset. And look, it was all set up by the forwards and that goal line defence. Kell O'Brien and his staff there, Fraser Graham, they've got them really defending and working hard for each other. And it's been, 3 from 3 for the Mats. They're really building their season. Looking through some of the results, they're one of the better defensive sides in the competition at the moment. They're starting to really build well. I think it starts with the front rowers, Carberry and Mayalangi. They were both outstanding. They've got a couple of good back rowers that work hard. Look, the Magpies got out to an early lead. They scored the first try, and then we struck back. But it was the super sub of Charlie Bader, the kid we bought from Cronulla. They're probably filthy that we ended up signing him, but we got him on the books, and there hasn't been able to get him into the game too much. He's come off the bench in small spells, but he came in early and he really changed the momentum. Scored a try from dummy half. He had a hand in another try. He put a nice big bullet pass out in front. We were able to skip over, and his mate from Cronulla as well, Ziggy Lester. I'm pretty sure he come from over in the Cronulla district. He will run for a brick wall for you. This kid. He's a very exciting bench player. You see him out there with I think it was a blue headgear he had on. They were really good. And Bader had the charge down, which kicked us clear a little bit. He had the 2 tries. Ziggy had 1. And it was a really good team performance by the boys. Obviously, Darcy Fellon at the back is always pretty classy. Hudson Warren on the wing were strong. Really enjoyed the work of Asher Pung too, left centre. Very good defensive centre, this bloke. It's very hard to get around him. He's very organised in what he does. Look, got a little bit spiteful there at the end. I think Jimmy Davies was sent to the sin bin in the first half, and I think their hooker, Ostchurch, he was sent off at the end for dissent. They started to get a little frustrated. The Maggies, they were undefeated coming into that, leading at the top of the comp. But by the end of it, it was our boys who came out on top. So, great result there for our Mats boys. They should be very proud of their efforts. The other game that was on was the SG Ball. They had a really strong win, 40 points to 22. Look, despite guys like Humphreys out, we went up and played up at Gosford there in that trial game in first grade. They were able to bring in Mark Nosa, who, looked, he never missed a beat, a nice little short kicking game, organised his troops very well there with Alvarez. It was 16-all at half-time. It was Cody Hill who really dominated in that first period. He had 2 tries from dummy half. He really pulled their pants down. And then in the second half, Lockie Moses, who hasn't had, I think it might have been his first game this year, Lockie Moses, the captain of the Harold Mats last year, very classy back rower, can play lock, he's got all the ball skills, but he's able to pounce on a couple of opportunities and score 2 tries to put him into a bit of control there. And, again, this win was set up by the forwards. Love what I'm seeing from Johannes Logan, the big man. Got a bit of hair flying around there. He just carries it strong. He's a good defender. But the game was marred by a hip drop. Now, Yasin Kusku, who'd scored 4 tries in the opening 3 rounds, he was just dominating, doing these really strong, hard hit-ups in behind the ruck when we had quick play the balls. He put a couple of blokes over for tries. But, unfortunately, they did a hip drop on him. It's hard to prove intent, but he was carving them up, and it looks like he's going to be out for some time. He's damaged his lower limbs there, his ankle. So not sure if he'll play again this season, but he's certainly out in the short term at the moment till they get a proper diagnosis and how they're going to get back. So sad news there for Yasin Kusku. But well done to the 2 boys teams. That's 6 wins out of 6 for the both grades. They take on a pretty strong Parramatta lineup this week, both of them out there in Parramatta. If you're in that area, go out and get behind these guys because they're playing some really good football. And the girls will be all back this week. That's the Tasha Gale and the Lisa Fiola. So that's about it for the Pathways Wrap, brought to you by Darryl Lee. And whatever you do, Up the mighty Rabbitohs.